Yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy the Strongest Wizard, and today's video we're going to be going over a matchup tier list specifically for MetalGaruru X, obviously in the BT9 format here, and this is where I tell you what are the good matchups and what are the bad matchups. Let's dive in. Alright, so we have +2, +1, we have our even matchups, and then we have our -1 and our -2, which is our really bad matchups. I'm going to go ahead and kind of go through these pretty fast. I've been playing with MetalGaruru for quite some time now. I feel like I have a lot of experience with it in different variations as well. So we have the first one here, we have Alpha Mon. Alpha Mon is a deck that's very similar to MetalGaruru, not in the sense that MetalGaruru swings at the level 5 and it starts going at it, but it pretty much is just trying to race to the level 5 as soon as possible. By then you probably should already have all your pieces. This deck has Cool Boy that allows you to get any Digimon, because the majority of the deck other than Grumble is an Antibody Digimon. It has a ton of resources. There's a ton of different options you can use to counter other decks, but specifically for this matchup, if both players have just the best hand, I truly believe it is almost unwinnable for MetalGaruru. It has protection from bounce. It has the draw power. It gains a ton of memory. Nullifies completely Ice Wall, Hammer Sparks Insecurity. If you have a Breath Insecurity, it wouldn't matter because they're running a Breath. You know, perfect situation here. Obviously, X Antibody Alpha can definitely, crumble by bricking like any OTK deck. But if you guys are both to have the amazing hands with perfect draws, I think it's honestly unwinnable. I think this deck is definitely the best deck in the format. I said it in my tier list. I still stand by it. MetalGaruru being the second best. But that is that. Then we have Red Hybrid. Red Hybrid is the OG OTK deck. It's really, really good. But compared to MetalGaruru, it's just too slow. MetalGaruru has way more draws, and even though people are now running with a high count of options, like that 1/6 cost option that destroys Digimon that are 6k or less. This one right here. Majority of the time, your Digimon are over 6k. Even swinging with the level 5 promo wear, you're always above 6k. So I definitely think it's a +1. But if they have, OTK hands, then they just kind of win. But I definitely think it's a +1. Belstar is an interesting one because it is basically almost security control, but with trying to be a little more aggression. This deck completely excels in mid to late game, and I am putting it in +1. I think in the beginning I was really terrified of this deck, but after continuing to play it and learning the matchups, slowing them down by bouncing their level 4s and their level 3s really hinders them from playing, just really slowing them down. So I think it's definitely a +1. So there's that. Commander Mon, I've been playing a lot of Commander Mon against a lot of Commander Mon lately, and I'm definitely going to say it's also +1. I think the matchup is definitely MetalGaruru favored. Them having their level 3s, MetalGaruru bouncing all of their Digimon because they're usually all level 3, where X bouncing, as well as MetalGaruru EX01. The fact that the majority of them have on deletion because of Pagu, the 1 cost Commander Mon that you see here on the tier list. This one has an on deletion ability. Bottom decking all those cards is insane. So I definitely think it's +1. Next is security control. I'm gonna put this in even. If they have really amazing security, it just feels sometimes unwinnable unless you're running the ADP package, which is the Delicate Plan package. Delicate Plan package definitely makes your MetalGaruru deck a little slower, but I personally enjoy running the Delicate Plan package. the red package. I just think there's been a lot of security-ish option decks that are really good right now, and I think it's just a really good counter for it. But for the sake of this, I feel like the majority of people aren't running the red package, so I'm gonna say it's even. Metal Guru can get really aggressive, swing, kind of hope it doesn't get hit. If they're running analog and it dies, you can start setting up a whole new stack. So it's a really good matchup, but I think it's even. Another one is Mastermind. We kind of see this deck less and less appear because of another deck that we're going to be talking about soon kind of emerge into the scene. And kind of similar to Security Control, it's really good, but they have to have the options in Security. If they don't, they just lose. The fact that they can remove your Tamers is really good too, like your Cool Boys and things like that. Really good. And the majority of the time, their DP on their Digimon and Security are really high. And even though you have protection, you know, you kind of hope you have like double Guru, double Gabu. If not, they're gonna die. And in swinging into the Security, they run a lot of Tamers, which just benefits them at the end. The next deck we have Gallant Mon. Now this deck is freaking good. I love this deck. I will never play this deck, but I really love how good it is. It's really cool. It's really good. Having blocker on a 13k with Sec +1, with reboot, on Evo, Digivolve, protection of battle and of effects and bounce. Like, this deck literally has it all. Similar to Metal Garuru, it is slower than Metal Garuru, just solely based on the level 4 Guru drawing you extra cards. But if they can set up a stack before you do, and let's say you can't find your Wear promo, let's say you can't find a level 4, you know, for whatever reason you're missing a piece, and they're able to just, you know, get the pieces before you. It's not the fact that I'm afraid of being OTK'd that turn that they come out. It's the fact that they have a 13k, a 16k blocker on the field with reboot protection, so Metal Guru's effects are not going to activate. They are, but they're just going to get removed. And now a lot of players are running the Antibody Omni that you remove 2 sources to stop an attack. Like, just completely nutty. Super good deck. I think it's -1. Really good deck. It's definitely obviously winnable, but I think it's favored slightly for Gallant Mon. Next is we have Gallant Mon. Nothing much to say here. It's a +2. It's the slower version of the Gallant Mon deck, Gallant Mon. And yeah, I don't think it's that good. Even having the Takato, it just takes too much setup. The inheritables aren't even that good for the Antibody cards. I just personally, I'm not a fan. This next deck, which is Grandis, is kind of, I think, kind of a hot take. I think Grandis is really good. The issue with Grandis that I think is that I think it has an issue with closing out games against, well, in general, I guess, but also against Metal. It kind of has a hard time. Even though you can suspend Metal, you can't swing over it because I have protection on battle, and you have to pretty much kill me that turn, and if you don't, I'm bouncing you, or you're the Digimon, I'm swinging over you. Like, I think this matchup is a +1. I think it's, you know, yeah. Imperial's super good, super aggressive, and I'm gonna say it's even. You know, it can brick like any deck does, but most of the time it kind of doesn't. I feel like every time I play an Imperial player, they always have exactly what they need. I think this matchup's even. Just playing that super early pressure with jamming plus jog-ressing, spamming out 2 more bodies. It's kind of rough. But I definitely think it's even. Definitely winnable, and you definitely can lose. Lilith, I feel like has been on a rise lately, but I'm gonna say it's +2 favored for Metal Garuru. If your deck runs a heavy count, or at least 2 or even 1 Madoki, super useful. And yes, they do have Deathclaw to get rid of your Madokis, but just the fact that they have to then play it, then to delete a Digimon, it's just kind of rough. Also, Where X bouncing the level 4s. Metal bouncing their level 5s is really, really good. On top of that, the EX01 Metal bottom decking Cerberus, busted. I think it's a +2 personally. Next one I think that we have here is Magna. Magna is really good. This deck can steal wins out of nowhere sometimes. Having the blocker to redirect, which is not really a blocker, it's just like a redirect ability. I don't know, it's weird. I'm gonna say it's +1. Bouncing all of their level 4s with Where X is busted. Yes, they do have kind of a heavy option security sometimes, you know, Mega Death, things like that. But honestly, I feel like it's not too much to worry about. And even their other going with, if they go Magna, if you bounce it with Metal, it's not really an issue, obviously. Yeah, the next deck that we have here is a very brand new deck, I think, and that's Ofani Loop, as some people say. Or yeah, I think this deck is really, really good. I think it's a better Masty. I think it's better than Mastermind for sure right now. The fact that you cycle Ofani is really good, and I am gonna place it as a -1 for MetalGaruru. And I know you might be thinking I'm kind of crazy right now because EX01 MetalGaruru bottom decks Ofani super easily. The issue is that people are now only running 1, maybe 2 MetalGarurus, the EX01 version. So you kind of hardly see it. And the majority of the time when they are swinging with Ofani, they're either using that one cost option, which is this one right here, to pop their own Digimon to just cycle through again. The recovery is insane. The aggression is really good. And then having that Gato with Mako to tap and to gain memory to swing with Rush is super good. The utility in the deck is really, really good. I think it's -1 for MetalGaruru. Kind of crazy, but I don't know. I really do feel that deck is super good. Next is Reaper. I used to be really afraid of this matchup as a MetalGaruru player, but after learning the matchup, I feel like personally it's even. If they see Bubbles and Gatekeeper in security, they got it pretty much. Like I feel like there's really not much you can do. But for the majority of the time, I feel like you can easily. You're just faster than them most of the time. I definitely think the matchup's even. You just kind of have to get kind of lucky that they don't see all their pieces. And now with X Antibody under the stack, like people are using now, it's still really good. It's just annoying, honestly. It's a more of an annoying matchup. Yeah. Next is I have the Sunrise Buster here, which is the Rise Greymon deck. I think this matchup is a +1. Tai and Kari, I believe, is a dual color red and yellow card. That card is really annoying. And Sunrise Buster should be limited. That card is so good. Bringing out a Tamer, popping a couple things or one really big thing is just busted. But I do think if you learn the matchup and play it, you kind of have to hope that they don't have insecurity. I played a deck, a match like a couple weeks ago at a store championship, and I lost because they were running 4 Mega Death, and I hit 2 in security and 1 Sunrise in security. So yeah, that's a great feeling to have. Last is the Wargrey X. This is with no Gallant Mon here, just Wargrey X. I know a lot of people love this deck because it's like a fun deck, but I think it's a +2. I don't think this deck is nearly as good as Gallant Mon. Personally, I know most times you're going to be running there's a few other tamers that you can run, but I just don't think that deck is personally good. But yeah, this is my MetalGaruru matchup tier list. Before you guys go, obviously any of these matchups MetalGaruru can lose. honestly. Maybe not the +2. I feel like it's kind of hard. But of the other matchups, I feel like you can definitely lose to. In this OTK format, I do feel like there's a lot of luck involved. Not seeing certain security options and certain options in security really help. If I play Commandramon and I hit a couple ultimate flares in security, that really sucks. You kind of want to, you got to build back up again, and they apply so much pressure. But regardless, I feel really good about this list, about this matchup tier list. And if you ever feel like taking this to your next regional, I think MetalGaruru is a great choice. I think it has very little bad matchups. Alphamon, it's definitely winnable. I don't think it's not at all winnable. You just kind of have to be lucky that they don't see all their pieces, honestly. Or you just have to see your pieces faster. So, alright guys, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I really do appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that sub button. It really helps out grow the channel a lot, obviously. And don't forget to comment down below and let me know how wrong I am. If you have a different experience with playing with MetalGaruru, let me know. There is no right or wrong answer. So, once again, thank you guys so much. And stay tuned because I have a ton of new BT9 content coming your way. See ya!